Hello from Crow Cottage. Just out here in the garden, September. This patch of land was all bare, like in March. And I've been growing stuff, and some of it's doing all right, some of it's not. But, you learn. That one there I grew from seed, and that one, and these spiky things that were lupins, and now have gone to seed. I might just let them go, see what happens. And then of course I might end up with a ton of lupins. But that's fine. That one there is a hollyhock, and they're allowed to go to seed as much as they want. But this is a first year, it's not going to bloom. But next year it will. And the coneflowers, lovely. I don't know what that thing is. I've had it for a couple of years, but I can't remember what it was. Can't find the ticket that came with it, but I like it. More lupins, coneflowers, there's some mullins in here. Little mullein there, catmint. Little tiny hydrangea back there. This is a rose. Cam grabbed it from his mom's house after she passed away, and he just kind of threw it in the yard, and it was forgotten for about 3 years. And then I was like, well, I should probably take care of it. And so I've been trying, and it's getting better, and it actually bloomed. I didn't know what color the flowers were. They're like a coral. It's very nice. And I put him over here to see if he's a climber or not, or maybe I'm a rambler, who knows? I don't know. I know nothing about this rose, but we'll see. It's all experimenting. And I'm putting in another path here. I've been digging and digging and digging and digging and digging and digging, and always ending up dirty at the end of the day. But I dug out about 4 inches down in certain places, a little less in others. I had to go underneath as best I could the flagstones here at the edge. It'll look similar to that path that I did earlier this year. My goal is to make another planter over there, and I've started stuff, and some of it's working, some of it's not. I've got a hollyhock that I purchased, so I'd get at least some blooms this year and some seeds and all that. So I got 4. That one's not doing so hot. That one I may just cut down and see what happens next year. But I'm trying to let them go to seed. And like this one over here. This one, you can see, we make these pods, and then the seeds are inside. That's pretty cool. And over here will be a fountain, or like a feature. That black bucket will go in there somewhere, and that granite ball will go on top. I think I figured out a way to do it. I've spent like about 18 months trying to figure out how to suspend a granite ball above a bucket of water. So we'll see how that turns out. That's not going to be done this year. I'll probably do my best to clear that area, but it'll hopefully go in next spring. And over here, this planter is very difficult because it's very shallow, because there used to be a driveway right here. And we'd go out to the street. Oh, hi, Rufus. Hey, Ruf. Yeah, Rufus says hi. So there's a hydrangea over there, but hydrangeas don't need a lot of depth. Plus, their roots, I think, kind of go lateral. So I think she'll be okay. Columbine there, they don't need too much depth. These are just little foxgloves. Brunaire over there that I might move. And snapdragons, which these snaps I purchased, they were little and not watered at a garden center, so they were like $1 each, and they're doing really well. And those ones back there were planted from seed by Rufus there. And then of course lavender. Lavender doesn't need a lot of depth. There are actually 4 lavenders in the planter right now. This one's my favorite. It's not that I have favorites, but if I did, that would be my favorite. So what's this snap over here? one. That's a David Austin rose. That's Scarborough. He's not blooming yet. He bloomed earlier. I was hoping for a second flush, but I don't think I'm gonna get it. And that's Desdemona over there. Again, same thing with Scarb. Good first flush, not so much a second flush. And over here, this is Anik. Anik's doing great. All these buds, she's gonna bloom her head off soon. Or he, I think Anik's a he. And this is Em, she's a girl. And she's been struggling, so I've been working with her. And hopefully I can figure out what's going on with her. I started to change the pH level. I think it was a little too alkaline. Need something more acidic, so I added some fertilizer, just a little bit, to start raising up the acidic level. I did it for all the roses, actually. And, oh, pine. Fuchsia, lovely. Always lovely. But that's about it. Got some strawberries. This one didn't produce any strawberries. She just produced runners, and you can see all those cords, vines, whatever. And they're creating new plants, essentially. So you follow the vine into a plant. So in about 3 weeks-ish, I'll probably dig up a lot of these little plants and move them. And hopefully next year I'll actually get some of these strawberries, which are actually pine berries. And this is a strawberry plant, that's a strawberry plant, that's a cat. And yeah, so we're getting there. Gardening should be called experimenting, I think. Other than that, I'm trying. It's really hard, and I've got mature fruit trees here that are not doing well. And I'm busy reading up on what I can do to fix it. And with the pear trees, sure, there's one right there. It might be a pH level thing. Look down here. That's the plum tree. I don't know what's going on with that yet. It looks a little better than it did, but I don't know. Dogwood tree, which is not a fruit tree, but that's also suffering. But if you go over here, you can see in the distance an apple tree. And it's not doing so well. So I think it's called apple scab or something. And what I have to do is I think I have to prune and then start spraying in the spring with a fungicide. And hopefully we can bring it back to where it should be. And just over here, got the rose, not a David Austin rose, pretty nonetheless. She had some problems with a black spot, first time ever in like 3 years. Because the peony next to it had black spot and fell over onto her. So next year with the peony, I can cut the peonies down in the fall and then start again and spray them as soon as they start to grow. And I'm trying to keep the area clear and clean for everybody involved. And over here, I'm starting to get back into here. This is a mess. This is what we call the jungle. I dug all this out last year, and everything grew back. And so I don't know exactly how I'm going to do with this. This silvery tree here is a nuisance, and it just, you can see I cut it back, and it's already started to grow again, and they grow really fast. And they're suckers. They're from a tree that's outside the property. And so it's got to be dealt with. There's a lilac and an azalea back there, and all this stuff that needs to be done back there, but I can't do it all at once. So I'm just trying to slowly, as you can see, sort of secure areas and then build on that. This rose here came with the property. I'm not sure if it's a rambler or a climber. I'm hoping it's a climber. It uses the plum tree every year, but the way it blooms, it might be a rambler. I'm not sure yet, but I was hoping to get like a metal arch to go there, and so it could climb. So we'll see. I try to take care of this thing the best I can. It's, it's had black spot, and I pruned it. I can't even see the base because of this stupid yellow flower that grows ground cover called Aaron's beard. And at one point it was probably really beautiful what they did here with the Aaron's beard and the irises and the mint and all that and the peony, but everything got out of hand, and Aaron's beard will just take over. You can see that it creeps. I did the rockery about 3 years ago, I think, and it's still holding on, and that's why I did it, is to hold back the Aaron's beard, and it still grows and grows and grows. So you just have to go in and dig and pull by hand. So eventually all this will be gone, so I can see the base of the rose. So yeah, one step at a time. One step at a time. Okay. There's the hibiscus, my pal. Rufus, you coming? Come on. Come on. Come on. All right, well, I hope everything is well. And this is just an update. I just hope everyone's well. It's been a tough year. Tough 12 months or so for me. Yeah, right, kitty? Yeah. All right.